Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News, and we got it for you. We do. The storylines just never end. The drama continues. Nick and Blake at war with each other. I'm going to tell you what Nick said and Blake's response to this. It's almost like, have you ever seen a melee in wrestling? It's when there's a fight happening in the ring, and then other people start fighting outside the ring, and then next thing you know, someone's got a chair and they're beating up the announcer, and it's just bloodbath. I feel like Bachelor Nation is just bloodbath. I literally just have a list of topics I'm trying to get to today, and then they just keep outdoing each other. I can't make it all in time. I need to clone myself. All right, let's get into this story. We'll cover it. And by the way, if you want some non-Bachelor content, we released the Dave Neal Show. We started it yesterday. Video number 2 is up. Logan Paul may have spent $3.5 million on fake Pokemon cards, and then we go into Logan Paul's YouTube mansion, and we talk a little bit about what it must be like to run the streets of YouTube as a top 10 YouTube earner. So if you want to check out that content, go to Dave Neal Show on YouTube, and then you can subscribe. We're gonna have videos up every single day. So there it is. 1,600 plus members have already joined the Dave Neal Show on YouTube. It's a free channel. You can go check it out there. New content daily. All right, let's get into it. So Nick calls out Blake, but before we play what Nick said to Blake, we have to understand the circumstance. Nick called out Blake for saying he was like dating Gabby, and then Gabby said it wasn't a real thing. Blake never said that. So I'm going to share what Blake said. We've already covered the story. I'll keep it really brief. This is what Blake said about Gabby, the new contestant on Clayton's season of The Bachelor.
Gabby, when she was about 23. So it was a very long time ago. So Gabby could have changed a ton. She could be a different person. But from what I remember, she was obviously beautiful and a lot of fun to be around. She's the life of the party.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, she's
all
like
right. So there it is. So he didn't say he dated her. He essentially was saying they hooked up. And when he did use the term dated, it was done in a way that was so casual. It almost feels like Blake was trying to say we used to date, but didn't want to say we hooked up once on a trip to Cabo or whatever the case may be. It just seems like he was trying to say what he didn't want to say out loud, which is, yeah, we knew each other, we hung out. So of course the tabloid rags say, oh, Blake dated Gabby, and they kind of conflate that. Oh, Gabby dated Blake and Dean. Now, Dean was in love with Gabby. Clearly, Dean and Gabby dated, but that's not what Blake did. Blake and Gabby hooked up. That's what it was. So we have to know that to play this next part here. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's play from 6:15 too. I want to share the second part here. So this is what Gabby's response was to finding out that she dated Blake.
Yeah, he's like definitely friends with friends, you know.
Friends of friends.
We had spent time together and stuff, but definitely no like official dating, like no really kind of formal, no exclusivity. And again, like it was a really long time ago. So
I guess so no dating, no official, no exclusivity. It was a really long time ago. What Gabby then said is, hey, he never bought me dinner. Okay, so that's the standard that we're setting in 2022. Did they buy you dinner? No, but they gave me one of the free macaroons, anyway. So let's see what Nick's response is. Now, listen, I appreciate Nick's points of view on these matters. They give us more content to make. I should send Nick a gift basket here. With that said, I think we're going to hear how Nick's conflating of what actually was said is, I don't want to call it problematic. It's his opinion, but it just goes to show we're making something out of nothing here.
Clayton 0 for 3, not 0 for 2.
Yeah. Gabby went on the Talking It Out podcast with Mike and Brian and talked about her relationships with Dean and Blake.
I suspect that, I don't know, did they take that out? But Blake needs to stop
saying that they dated.
You know, he tried to get us to think that there was something more with him and Becca Kufrin.
Mm-hmm.
So with that story, with Blake and Becca Kufrin, they were spotted during a birthday party together. Of course, before Blake was with Thomas, Becca was with Thomas. Newsflash, Blake's with Thomas. Hey, why not? They're cute. Cute couple. Thomas can be, with you at the DJ booth or whatever. So we'll never know. I mean, Blake, unless Blake continues to get called out for being a liar, Nick's essentially saying, Blake, you lied about saying you and Becca were something. It's almost like people are forcing his hand to share tweets and text messages again, as it was when he was sort of soft Me Too'd. On Bachelor in Paradise, he was accused of emotionally manipulating and leading on Kaylin, and then after that, he had to release the text messages to say, she came after me. She took an Uber to my place to hook up with me when I told her not to. He had to kind of pull that nuclear code here. So now Nick's saying, hey, Blake, you didn't have a thing with Becca. You made that up, and now you're saying you dated someone that you really didn't. So Nick's saying, you got to stop this. These are pretty strong words.
Now he's with Giannina from Love is Blind. Wild.
What a weird pairing.
Well, who knows with Blake? It's like,
wow. So he goes, well, who knows with Blake? So he's sowing doubt and essentially calling Blake a liar here.
He walks down the street and says hi to a girl, and he goes on his podcast and says they're dating, and then they're all and these women are like, apparently this.
I saw that.
I like exaggeration when as a comedic effect. Who knows with Blake? He's walking down the street. He makes eye contact with a barista, gives her a $2 tip, and he says they're dating. I get it. The problem is it's built off of a faulty premise that Blake never overly stated any of these relationships.
That on Instagram though, there were like side by side photos of like the cabinets in the back that show that they're together.
Yeah, and I guess she was like, no, and they had a drink and went Dutch or something.
Gabby.
So Nick says Gabby, and so they're talking about two different people here. The guest here is talking about Gia with Blake, who it is pretty much confirmed they're either dating or hooking up. They were sharing, weekends together. But then Nick's saying Gabby decided they would go Dutch. Gabby said he never bought me a meal. They never said they were going to go Dutch. We just know they weren't going out properly, like, let me take this and I'll pay for this. Well, you can cover the tip then, just the tip. All right, so it's just riddled with misinformation.
Oh, I was talking about
Giannina.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of Gabby, she was saying there was never even like a drink paid for. Like he never even bought her a drink. So she was like, we didn't date. He's making it seem a lot more serious than it was.
I don't know why he does that.
Who knows?
So Nick goes, I don't know why he does that. Pretty much in the fault being that you're responding to something that didn't really actually happen. Dare I call it fake news? I think I have to. All right, so here's what the commenters have to say. And boy, people like to come to the comment section. Nick to drama. You bring color to my life. It's good to have one consistent thing to rely on in this franchise. Nick's probably mad that at least Blake's girlfriends would write him a non-plagiarized birthday post. Yikes. All right. Oh, Nick just likes to tear every fairy tale to shreds. Am I at Arby's? Give me the beef. Where's the beef? I'm at Wendy's. Nick is so obsessed, it's embarrassing. He cannot deal with the fact that Blake Horstman got away with sleeping with all the hottest girls in Bachelor Nation. Well, that's actually these two should settle it once and for all by opening their own karate dojo and training novice teenagers to fight their proxy battle in the local tourney. Boy, I couldn't have worded it better than myself. This made me LOL. Cobra Kai never dies. Yeah, I gotta love Cobra Kai. It's the Regina George photo in the corner for me. I'm a little late to the party, but can someone give me a rundown of the beef between Nick and Blake? Who knows? Nick seemed to like him at first during Becca season since he thought he saw him as a heartbroken F2, like Nick, and related to him. Later, they started hanging out, and Nick said he was very different from his edit and was an F-boy, party boy or something. That was before Bachelor in Paradise. Whenever Blake made the news, Nick would use that as example to shade him, exaggerating the relationship with Becca K and Gabby, Bachelor in Paradise. Also, something about Blake not being as tall as he looks because of inserts in his shoes. I thought they'd moved on at Ben's wedding, but I guess they keep milking it. Anyway, it gives them both attention, I guess. So there it is. And here is Blake's response. Okay, so this is what the person said to Blake. What's Nick's deal? I think you need to clean the air because I heard on your podcast you didn't say you and Gabby dated, just that you hung out a couple times. Gabby went on talking it out, saying you said you guys dated, but you didn't really say that. Now Nick is talking trash on his pod about it. So here's what Blake had to say. Okay, so I've gotten like 15 of these already. Wasn't planning on saying anything because it's really not a big deal, but here we are. At this point, trust me, there is no point in talking with the man, being Nick. I have never said me and Gabby were dating, just that we hung out, LOL. Never made it more than it was, never made it more than it was. Even played it down twice on my podcast and said nothing but nice things about Gabby, and she was nice on the podcast about me. If I was to say any more, I'm an a-hole. Nick will create any storyline he can to make me look bad. This is not a secret. I don't know why he is so obsessed with me. Yikes, folks. We have a battle royale happening. We'll see if there's any more updates here. But Bachelor Nation has a lot going on. 2022, 1 week in, and we are just getting going. If you guys want to join the Patreon community, I do live membership-only live streams. You guys can watch in the live stream as I construct these videos, how I make my thumbnails, how I decide what topics to talk about, and just, all the rants that I go on. We just hit our 201st member of the Patreon community. You can join for as little as $5, $8, $12, or even $50 a month. Hey, if you're a trust fund kid and you want to spend $50 a month, be my guest, put your money in my vest. I don't know. Made that up. But anyway, you guys can join. Again, as little as $5 a month gets you all the perks. So whatever you need to do, you can get over there. I'm going to be going live on Patreon as soon as I make this video. So if you want to see how it's done and all the juicy behind the scenes trash talking that I don't do on the public live stream here, you can go check that out. All right, folks. More content coming your way. Thanks to everyone who's checked out the Dave Neal Show. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.